Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for taking time out of your day to join me. Just a recap, we will be learning how to create an API, so application programming interface in PHP, and we're going through all the steps from the design of the API through to the implementation of it. Hope you guys enjoying the series. So what have we covered thus far? Well, we went through basics of an API, what it is, benefits of actually having one, and we also discussed the last time the actual design of our API. So we said we're going to have profiles and also a newsfeed, ability to log in, to register, also just to read some basic user information. And then using this user information, we can read our newsfeed, we can create new posts, so add new posts, we can update a particular post, or we can even delete a post. So that was the design of it. Now we actually want to install our API in this lesson. Okay, so to install our API, we are going to need the Joomla framework. And what I've done is to just simplify the process by creating a basic API. So I've taken the Joomla framework, made some small tweaks to it, and this way it just speeds up the process for yourself to be able to get started. So if you visit this URL, I'll have it in the comments below as well. You'll be able to clone or download this API. So we'll do this together now. So we'll just download the zip file. You'll be able to download it as well. Save that somewhere relevant. So ideally in your relevant server folder. And from there, we can make some customizations and updates. Okay, so once you've downloaded this Joomla framework, we need to make some basic customizations to it before we get started. The first, which is very important, we need to install Composer. If you're unfamiliar with Composer, I'll have a link below where you can see a YouTube video so you can learn a bit more about it. But Composer helps us get certain frameworks, so PHP frameworks, where we can install them using command line. So with Composer, we're just getting the Joomla framework, so we will need to run this Composer on our project just to make sure everything is set up. Once that is done, we have this htaccess file, and we also have a index.php file. Depending on where you save your file, you're going to need to update this path. Now, if you have it saved in your root directory, then you should have no problem. This should run straight away. But bear in mind, if you have it in a subfolder, then you may need to make some customizations to this just to ensure that it reads from the same place. Okay, so you want your root path must be to this folder. If you try open up the framework and it is not running, so it will also display where your root path is currently pointing. That may give you some idea as to why it is not working. Once we've done that, we have our config folder, and this config folder has this config.json information. So this is very important in order to have a database. So you'll need to put in the host, username, password of your database. In the next tutorial, we'll be going through the setup of our database, so what tables we're going to define, etc. We also have this display error, so this is currently set to true. It's important that if you deploy this at any point to a productive server, you change this to false, just to ensure that you are not displaying any potential error messages, and that could show some weak points in your application should it come across the wrong pair of eyes. Once you have set all of that up, you should be ready to go. Once you have that, then you should be good to go. Okay, so here I have my API set up. So if everything is running as expected, then you should see this result where it says method not found. Okay. Please leave any comments. If you have any problems, leave comments down below and I will be glad to help you out. Likewise, in the next one, we will then be going through the installation of our database, how we set that up, the tables that we're going to need, the fields. We'll go through all of that, set that information up, and then begin coding. Hope you guys enjoy the series. Please leave a like, comment below, Speak to you soon.